This is Julie Cohen, and I'm speaking with Shanna Hocking, Associate Vice President of Individual Giving at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia for 3 Minutes Max. Shanna, how do I get noticed as a leader in my company?
I'm going to change the question a little bit, Julie, and say, how do you create opportunities for yourself to be recognized at your company? I really think it's about raising your hand and identifying what your strengths are and how the company can leverage them. I think most people have this idea that if you do work really well, people are going to come find you. And that's just not the case in companies, large or small. We have to be willing to put ourselves out there and say, here's some of the things I'd like to take on. I think it will help our bottom line or our overall company goals.
Can you give an example of that?
Sure. So I got my very first job in development by cold calling the Associate Vice President for Development. I was 18 years old. I just picked up the phone and I called him and I pulled a development move to say, I'm going to be in your area. I think you should hire a development intern, even though there's not a job posted, and I'd love to come tell you why. And he hired me, and then he hired me back the next summer, and he remains one of my most treasured mentors 20 years later.
That's fantastic. So, a different question. I don't supervise anyone. How can I still be a leader?
Right. So I think it's also a common misperception that if you have a title, that you therefore have authority and you're therefore a leader. And I really embrace this idea to lead from where you are. And to me, that means managing yourself well, bringing enthusiasm to your projects. It means supporting your colleagues and asking for feedback. I think it's important to get feedback in order to manage yourself well. And then all of these things are pretty good practice for when you start to lead other people.
That's super. So, here's another question. I want to get promoted in a year. What should I be thinking about now?
Right. So first, congratulations on thinking about this. That's a really important first step. I think it's important to outline what your goals are. What is it that you want to accomplish? Is it the title? Is it the money? Is it the projects? And really be able to articulate that for yourself. And then start to figure out where those holes are that you think you can help fill in the organization and start to raise your hand for those projects as we talked about before. And then speak up and advocate for yourself. It's easy, again, to think that someone's going to tap you on the shoulder. You're really going to have to start to spell out and say, I'm thinking about my career. I understand I have some more things I need to do here. I really want to learn. And this is what I see that timeline looking like. And when it comes to learning, that's it. You have to be continuously learning, a sense of curiosity to really maximize your experiences for your company.
And last but not least, briefly, if you were able to give out just one piece of professional advice, what would it be?
So I would say, be yourself boldly. The world needs you.
Well, thank you, Shauna Hocking, for sharing your expertise and insight with 3 Minutes Max.